Hi there, welcome to EudretiX, where we make your high school life simple. I'm Aniket, and today in this video we're going to do beginner level questions for linear functions as part of our Digital SAT Algebra practice series. So make sure you follow along, practice alongside, try the questions yourself before looking at our solutions. You can choose to skip this video and go directly to the medium or hard difficulty questions for this topic if you've already done some part of it. Okay, so let's begin. The front of a roller coaster car is at the bottom of a hill and is 15 feet above the ground. If the front of the roller coaster car rises at a constant rate of 8 feet per second, which of the following equations gives the height h in feet of the front of the roller coaster car s seconds after it starts up the hill? Okay, so at the beginning, it's at the bottom of the hill, like let's say right here, and this is above the ground level by how many feet? 15 feet. So right from the start, it's 15 feet above the ground, and then it rises up at the rate of 8 feet per second. It goes up at 8 feet per second. Okay, so then which of the following equations gives the height h? So height h would be, h is equal to initial height 15 feet plus 8 times s, number of seconds elapsed. So 15 plus 8s, that's option A. This is the correct one. So we did nothing, we just converted what was written in English in statements into a mathematical expression. Okay, so 15 feet was already the height, it cannot go lower than that. So that height will always be there, plus according to the number of seconds elapsed, the front of the roller coaster car will gain further height at the rate of 8 feet per second. Okay, let's go to the next one. The function g is defined by g of x is equal to negative x plus 8. What is the value of g of 0? So g of x is given to be negative x plus 8. G of 0, that means the input becomes 0. Instead of x, it will be a 0. So negative 0 plus 8, or simply an 8. Option D. Okay. The next one. Marisol drove 3 hours from city A to city B. The equation below estimates the distance d in miles Marisol traveled after driving for t hours. D is 45 times t. So the distance traveled in miles in t hours is 45t. Which of the following does 45 represent in the equation? Okay, so we want to know about the significance of this number 45. What does that represent? So t is in hours and distance d would be in miles. This would be in miles. Okay. Now, if d is in miles, t is in hours, what is the unit of this quantity? I can write 45 is equal to d over t, or miles upon hours. This means it's representing speed, miles per hour. So Marisol drove at an average speed of about 45 miles per hour. That's the correct option. Option C. This is the answer. And as you know, distance is equal to speed multiplied by time. That's also the usual formula in physics. Distance is equal to speed times time for uniform motion where there's no acceleration. Okay, let's go ahead. The function g is defined as g of x is equal to 5x plus a, where a is a constant. If g of 4 is 31, what is the value of a? Okay, so g of x, the function, is given to be 5x plus a. And then g of 4 will be equal to 5 times 4 plus a, which is equal to 31, that is given in the question. So 5 times 4 is a 20 plus a is equal to 31. So a is equal to 31 minus 20, that is 11. That is the correct answer. Okay, so this question is directly on linear functions. So g of x, that's a function. You change the input, you replace the x with the 4. So that's usually a standard functions question. So option C is the correct one. Let's go for the next one. The graph of the function f is a line in the xy plane. It's a straight line in the xy plane. If the line has a slope of 3 over 4 and f of 0 as 3, which of the following defines f? Okay, so for a standard line, for a straight line, the general equation is y is equal to mx plus c, where m is the slope of the line, c is the y-intercept. What is the meaning of the y-intercept? Y-intercept means the point where the graph cuts the y-axis. When does the graph cut the y-axis? When x is equal to 0. So they've already provided us with f of 0 as 3. That means it's cutting the y-axis at y is equal to 3. Okay. So the function would be fx or y is equal to mx 3 over 4x plus y-intercept 3. 3 over 4x plus 3. Option B. This is a straight lines question. So you might find this same question on coordinate geometry as well. Okay. Let's go ahead. Robert rented a truck to transport materials he purchased from a hardware store. He was charged an initial fee of $20 plus an additional $0.7 per mile driven. If the truck was driven for 38 miles, what was the total amount Robert was charged? Okay. So if we were to write the total amount, the expression for the total amount, say I represent it with TA, total amount is equal to the initial fee 20 plus, let's say if he drives n miles, it will be 0.7 n. This is the expression for the total amount. Let's put n as 38 miles as given in the question. So 20 plus 0.7 multiplied by 38. This becomes 7 times 8 is 56, 6 carry 5, 7 times 3 is 21, and 5 26.6 plus 20. This is $46.60. 46.6. That's option A. That's the correct one. Okay. Let's go for the next one. Which of the following is a graph of the equation y is equal to 2x minus 5 in the xy plane? Okay. Look at the equation y is equal to 2x minus 5. Compare it with y is equal to mx plus c. M, the slope, that is equal to 2. The y-intercept c is equal to negative 5. That means the line is cutting the y-axis in the negative y region. Okay. So negative 5 and the slope is positive. Slope is positive, that means the angle formed with the x-axis is an acute angle. Okay. So less than 90 degrees. As we can see, option C has a positive slope and option D has a positive slope. Even option A has a positive slope. So B is cancelled. A, C and D, these three have positive slopes. Now, out of these three, which one has a negative y-intercept? Just D. Only D has a negative y-intercept, that is at negative 5, which is the correct one. A and C have positive y-intercepts, so they will also be wrong. Okay, so option D is the correct one. This is how you figure out the equation of, the graph of a given equation. Okay, you could simply directly go for Desmos as well, but this would be faster. You can directly see the slope and the y-intercept and guess the graph. Okay, so here we conclude with the first part of the beginner difficulty. We have just one beginner difficulty video here in this topic, that is linear functions. The next one would be on medium difficulty and then the hard difficulty. Make sure you keep practicing. This is a very structured practice resource. So if you want to do your complete DSAT math preparation, you can use these videos, this playlist, the algebra playlist for all the algebra topics, or the advanced math playlist for all the advanced math topics. Similarly, for problem solving and data analysis and geometry and trigonometry. So stay tuned, keep watching, like, share and subscribe. Thanks, bye-bye.